we were discussing is about taxation rates are declared well in advance before 2 months in advance. The proposals are debated uh, in the streets. Representations come from various bodies like Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, CII, Confederation of Industrial thing, and after that, the finance ministry may change here and there something, and finally, a redraft is presented in the parliament, which is discussed and then sent to the president for his accent, his signature. It becomes an act. So this is what we see in charging section 4. Okay, what we are concerned with is previous year 2020-21 assessment year 21-22, and it is applicable across India similarly, whether you are in Mumbai, Maharashtra, or Ahmedabad, Gujarat, or any other place. Across the board, across India, it is same, uniform. Okay, we will be all discussing for the previous year 2021 assessment year 21-22. Okay, the rates are prescribed 0 to 2 and all. The new rates are also given this time. For the first time, you are given two choices, option 1, option 2. Option 1, you want to be taxed in the old way, old fashion, old regime, we call it, and it was this way. That is 0 to 250, nil, 250 to 5, 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%, and exceeding 10 lakh, 30%, plus the other taxes, right? And before we tax you, we allow you Chapter 6A deduction, which is from 80C to 80U. And of course, that conditions are there and it will continue as it is. You will remain in the old slab. Now, as against that, for the first time, the proposal is there that you can discuss or you can compare your present income with the new rate structure. The new rate structure says you have to forego the deductions under Chapter 6A. Very limited, one or two deductions we will give, not more, and you have to be taxed gradually 5% increase, that is 0 to 250, nil, same which is there in the present scenario also. 250 to 5 lakh, 5%. 5 lakh to 750, 10%. 7 lakh 50,000 to 10 lakh, 15%. 5% increment at the every 2 lakh and 50,000 increase in the tax rate. So 10 lakh to 1250, 20%, and 1250 to 15 lakh, it is the 25%. 15 lakhs upwards, 30%, which is highest here also in the old and highest here in the new. So anybody having 16 lakh rupees income on the top, 1 lakh rupees, it is taxed same here in old and the new. So you make a concerned decision how you wish to be taxed. Okay, but then there is a word of caution. The caution says, look, I will not be giving you all deductions under 80C to 80U. There are few deductions which we initially nothing was allowed, but then later on people started pointing out the error. So they said, okay, I will give this deduction. So the deductions are put in but limited. Then what is a thing like if I select the new regime this year, can I go back to the old one next year? The income tax says answer, sorry, once you select the new system, okay, you will continue to be there in that system for next 4 years. You cannot come back to the old one next year. So the scenario is this way, that you decide whether you want to be taxed in the old or the new. Don't see only this year, you have to estimate what will be your income in the subsequent year. So suppose somebody who is on the verge of retirement and he's having a huge income this year, but then next year onwards his income will not come that way. So he has to better understand properly and then decide whether to go into new or forget the new, continue with the old. So this year onwards, when we do it, we will have to do the calculation twice, present one and the new one. Fortunately for us, there are softwares who are there who will be helping us out. We will punch the data, and then at the click of a button, we have another data, the same data processed in the new regime also. And then we can discuss with the client, look, this is what it is presently. If you continue to go get this and you are going to have a similar income in the future, then better we shift to the new. But that decision is left to the assessee. At the moment, uh, what is important, I have one chart which I will share it with you little later, wherein if you have this much income, which is better option, you can have a decision made accordingly. Okay, then tax rates for the firm straight away 30%, no remission, or no lower ceiling that we up to this no tax and all. Cooperative societies, yes, first 10,000 nil, second 10,000 20%, and thereafter everything 30%. And of course, higher education surcharge and everything is there. Thereafter, we move to section number 5. Section 5 is crucial. It says, based on your residential status in India, I'm going to tax you income which you earned in India or even income earned outside India. So the three entities individually, when and mostly our discussion with residents, the individuals only, not with the firm and companies and all. Right. So as an individual, you are classified into three different categories. You are resident and ordinary resident. Okay, most of us who are sitting in this classroom, I am resident in ordinary. You also must be resident in ordinary. So, in that case, if you earn income in India or you earn income outside India, you will have to pay tax across the world income in India, in spite of the fact that you have already been taxed in foreign. Like when I conducted three sessions in US for Indian taxation structure to students who just joined the companies there. So how the taxation will happen. So there is a forum, they called me there, and I delivered the lecture there, and I earned some income there. But then as an Indian, my tax was deducted there when I got it, of course. But then when I bring it in India, that dollars into Indian currency, my bank balance will show income earned outside India. But then it is tax paid. Income tax says, well, congratulations, you earned some income in India, some outside India. Whereas due to COVID, people are losing the revenue by way of removing people and all. Fine. All said and done, you have earned there. I want a tax from you there. Okay. So give me tax on the income that you earned abroad. Virat Kohli playing cricket in UK Test Series or ODI and wins a prize. Okay, now if he wins a prize and that amount he is bringing in India, whether he brings or not, that is not relevant. He earned the income there, and therefore it is going to be taxed in India as well as over there. However, DTA agreement is there, which I will share it, which I'll discuss with you a little later. This I am just giving you a browsing information quickly, whereas we will first focus on the residential status. What is residential status is all about, which is mentioned in section 6. So we will have to travel for the time being in section 6 and revisit this section 5 little later. But quickly, browsing through with these provisions, you are one resident and ordinary. We all of us fit into this first category. In the second category, resident, but not ordinary resident. There are few people who are satisfying the first condition. There are two level conditions are there, first level and the second level. So in the first level, I have two conditions. You satisfy any one, you become a resident. Very quick, very easy, very quick way. But if you satisfy the two more condition at the level number two, you become a ordinary resident. And most of us are ordinary residents. But some of us, some of people who are basically from abroad, okay, and they may not fulfill the second level condition, and therefore they become resident but not ordinary. Now, which are those conditions? Very soon we will start with that. Non-resident is that who is not at all a resident here, and therefore he is non-resident. Mind well, the definition of non-resident changes from act to act. So if you are following RBI rule, then RBI has different definition. If you are following income tax rule, it is having a different definitions there. Okay, so residential status of a person. The question may say person, and as a person, we know there are seven categories there. One, individual. Second, Hindu undivided family. Third, firm. Fourth, company. Fifth, association of persons or body of individuals. Okay. Sixth is local authority, and seventh is artificial juridical person (AJP). We have discussed that, so I'm not going into that again. But here again, our primary discussion will be based on individuals' residential status. We will not be discussing anything about firm, company. Question answer will not be there. But just to inform you how a person is, how a person, the firm, company, and all are determined as resident. Well, their control and management is seen. Where exactly the control is, where exactly the management is sitting. Is it sitting in India and deciding, or is it having entire office and everything from outside India, and they are sending the information here? Like Hinduja Brothers having an HUL, or Hinduja Brothers having a firm, and they have a Hinduja hospital here, okay, managing by that firm or the trust. The trust is there, registered in UK, and they sit in UK every Saturday, Sunday. They do analysis and they make a plan for the week, and the whole week plan they mail it to their manager here. Every control and decision is made outside India. Therefore, they are non-resident uh, trust. But then trust have office in India, and they come here and have a 3 monthly meeting regularly. Okay, and then they decide what is to be done. Okay, then in that case, control and management is in India, and based on that, they become a resident in India. Okay, company, Indian company is always a resident, but there may be a foreign company which is incorporated outside India, and they open up a branch in India, right? Walmart. So Walmart opening a branch in India, right? Or Google, uh, Twitter, Facebook having a branch in India. They are non-resident. They are not resident in India. So over there, control and management is seen. We are not concerned there. We will focus our attention to individuals only. Okay. Now, in case of individual, what is important is the person stay in India. If you are in India for 182 days or more, there are two layers, two levels. Level number one, two conditions. Level number two, again two conditions. But the difference is to calculate whether you are resident or not. I just give you two layers, two conditions, and ask you to satisfy any one. I will be happy. So if you satisfy any one of these two conditions, you are a resident in India. But then you satisfy one, and I'm happy. You would satisfy both, I am more than happy. But you would satisfy none. Not a one, not even the first, not even the second. Then obviously you are non-resident. So in income tax, the non-resident definition is reverse. If you are resident, then you are not a non-resident. But if you are not satisfying any of these two conditions, I'm happy if you satisfy any one. But you are not satisfying any one of this condition, then you are a non-resident. Now, let us understand what are these conditions. The condition says if you remain in India physically, present in India, stay in India, what for? Any reason. You come here to attend a marriage. You attended the marriage, and in the celebration time, marriage, the Karan Johar ka gana chal raha hai, Punjabi wedding mein, and all that thing, and you are very excited, dance like anything, okay, Ranveer Singh and all. But then because of BP, because of diabetes and all, your diabetes shoots up and you fall down because of the high BP and all that. Again, the person who was dancing very heavily, he went into coma, and he remains in coma for 3 4 years or 3 4 months, and then he regains the consciousness, and then he recouped in the hospital, and all of this period, almost 7 8 months, he is there in inside India in the hospital and all. He remains in India for 180 days. Mind well, your stay in India, Atithi Devo Bhava, your stay in India, we will consider you a resident. How many days? 6 months, 182 days. Should I be there continuously in India? Once I came, I can go and come back. Answer is, well, your choice. In 365 days, you may come 10 times and go 9 times back and come back, go back, come back, go back, come back. But if you are in India for 182 days continuously, okay, you become a resident. Simple. For what reasons you are here? I don't care. Income tax says, I don't care. You may be a citizen of Australia, Germany, France, Netherlands, irrespective. You are in India, you are doing running commentary, you are Ramiz Raza and doing running commentary for IPL, or Wasim Akram, or you are called by KKR, Kolkata Knight Riders, to play or to guide the bowlers in. You are a bowling coach, Ricky Ponting. You are a betting. You are a chief head coach. All franchises we have seen. Many foreigners are there appointed. Okay, but you remain here for first condition, and that is if you remain here for 182 days. Now, normally IPL is in April and May, and mostly it is 45 days fixture. We may add another 15 days for conditioning. People come little early, so you remain here for 60 days. No problem. You are still not a resident because in the previous year you were here for 60 days. Then you went back after finishing IPL in May. You came back again because MRF Foundation asked you, will you please train our bowlers? Please come. So again, somewhere in September, October, you revisit India, and then you remain in India for another 3 months, 90 more days. So in a year, last year, you were here for 150 days. Well, many players are fond of Indian hospitality, or they like to play, and because money is there, BCCI is the richest let's say board in world. Okay, when we won the World Cup in 1983, we had no money as such, and this is what I have read it in the newspaper, that Lata Mangeshkar was asked to come and do a concert, and she obliged. She came and did a concert. The money realized was then distributed to the players as a gift, as appreciation for winning the World Cup in 1983. Whereas Yuvraj Singh hit the six sixers to Chris Bold in T20 World Cup. He was given 1 crore as a prize. The BCCI got rich by that time. Okay, all said and done, we are not into finance and all of anybody. No regrets, nothing wrong about it. What is the point to note here is a person, an individual, Australian, asked to come and train, and he is here for 150 days in a total previous year. We check the number of days presence in India. 150 is less than 182, so he is still not satisfying the condition. But then this 150 days is his regular feature. 45 days for the IPL and 60 to 90 days for MRF. If that is so, then I go down the thing and then I check his 4 years preceding the previous year. So I took out his passport and found that in 1617 he was here cumulatively, cumulatively, total coming, going, total. Whenever you are here, the day of arrival and the day of departure both are counted in India because normally international flights are all night flights. So when I left it, I left on say 17th of May, early morning flight, but then I was here only for 2 hours. Doesn't matter. For 2 hours, you were here on 17th. You left at 2 o'clock early morning flight. You were there for 2 hours only, but it will be treated as the whole day here in India. 17th will be counted in India. You came back again to see the performance of the boys in MRF on say 19th October, and it was an early morning flight. Again, you landed up at 4 o'clock early morning. Well, you were there here for part of the day only 20 hours, but then 20 hours also considered as one full day. So both arrival and departure counted in India. Let us say 1718 he was here for 100 days again, another year 100 days again, but the fourth year he had to leave the tournament early because he had some emergency at home. So he was here for all these 4 years, altogether 360 days only, 100 days, and therefore he is still not satisfying the second condition. But suppose he is here in the fourth year also for 100 days, then it adds up to 100 into 4, 400 days, and therefore he is fulfilling 365 criteria. He is here in 4 years preceding the previous year, not the previous year. 2021, I have checked here, and he was here for 150 days. But then which is not satisfying. Therefore, I move to the second condition. If you see, it is or mentioned here, either first or second. Any one you satisfy, I am happy. But in the second layer, in the second condition, you see the word and coming in between. They say last 4 years preceding the previous year, 365 is good enough. That is 1 year out of 4 year is good enough for us. But then in the previous year, that is 2021, you should be there for minimum 60 days. And I see that he was here for 150 days. This is not satisfied, doesn't matter. But then the second condition is satisfied fully. Not only he is there for 365 days and 60 days in the previous year, he satisfies both the condition. Therefore, he will be treated as resident, even if he is Ricky Ponting and retired captain of cricket board Australian cricket, okay, team, and cricket board of Australia is giving him pension also, and most of the time he is away. He's coming only for 100 days, but cumulatively he's crossing the limit, and therefore I will treat him as a resident. This is for cricketers, because IPL everybody is following, and they see players and they see the level of performance by international players, and our local boys also learn, and all that. And this is IPL season 12 going on. Unfortunately, it got stopped on 4th of 3rd of May, and now the second half of that, the continuation will happen in Dubai in September. Last year, in 1920, the entire tournament was done in Dubai. This year, we started in April, but then unfortunately, after that 35 ball century by 35 ball inning of Karan Pollard on 1st of May, one more day and then we stop. Doesn't matter, not a problem. Okay, so this is first level. There are two levels. First level, to ascertain whether you are resident or not. Now, assuming that this guy never came for 100 days, he is always just playing IPL and going back. He is not a coach. He is not having any other assignment. He comes ritually for 60 days. So 4 years he came for 240 days. But 240 days is not satisfying our condition. Once is not satisfying condition, both the conditions are not satisfied. Neither 182 condition, neither 365 out of 4 years is satisfied. Therefore, he is non-resident because he has not satisfied any of the condition. I am happy if you satisfy any one, but unfortunately, he is not satisfied because he is a foreign national. So why he will stay here in India? Well, some people are fond of India. They say that India is very cheap. I'm getting this one money automatically from my country. I'm US citizen, and we have a social security system. And based on that, we are getting money even in India. Sitting in India doing nothing, we are getting 500 or $1,000 every week. Okay, because of our social security. Well, you can manage yourself in $1,000. It is up to you. 1,000 into 73,000 a month, not a month, every week is good, handsome amount. People don't even earn 50,000 a month. So people are there who are sitting in Goa on Anjuna Kalangut beach and enjoying the sun bath and all, and they continue to remain in India for years and years and years together. No problem. They can manage. So, if you stay in India for more than the 6 months altogether in 1 year, half a year, total cumulatively, then you are treated as a resident Indian. Okay, you maybe your citizenship will continue. You are German, you are American, you will remain American. But as far as income tax goes, you become a resident. But if you don't satisfy this two, then you continue to be non-resident. Okay, so one, how to remember? Well, this is level number one, and if you observe what I expect a person to be here in India, he must be here for 6 months. 182 is 6 months almost, just one day short. 182 out of 365, so half a year. And second level, 365 days out of four preceding previous years, which is one fourth of the year. So either I remain one half of the year or 1 year out of 4 years. So level number one, numerator 1. Level number 1, numerator 1. And what is denominator? 1 by 2, 1 by 4. Okay, so easy to remember for us. And we will see some question answers here. In case when a person is going out of the country, yeah, I am here. I have done my graduation. I have done my post graduation. I got a doctorate. I got so and so, so and so, so and so. And after serving here for 10, 15 years, I think of going to Canada. So I apply in Canada. In Canadian University, they take my interview online and then they select me and then say, come over. Our New Year's in India, we have July to May as our academic year. In Canada, America, it is September to May. So they say, September, we are starting a new batch. Join us on or before 20th of August. Your arrival, you should reach at least 10 days in advance. Quarantine is there, and therefore, by finishing your quarantine, you are ready to join the session at 1st September. So I leave the country on, say, 5th, 16th of August. Now I'm going out for an employment. Now, in that case, if you are going out for an employment, then the 60 days limit here, which is a star I have mentioned, they say in that case, if you are going for employment, I will treat it as 182 days for you. Okay, so what happens that April, May to September or August 16, when I was here, I am less than 182 and therefore I am not satisfying this condition of residential status. Okay, and I become non-resident. So what is the big deal? The big deal is if I am a non-resident, then whatever income that I earn in Canada will not be taxed in India. There will be no double taxation. If you just observe here in the chart here, I become a non-resident. The moment I become a non-resident, my Indian income will be taxed in India. My Canadian income will be taxed in Canada, and there will not be a double taxation like this. Okay, so that is a saving grace here. Okay, now after somebody, I see now the reverse role. Somebody who was in India and then left and went to Dubai to earn some good money. His family is here and he is coming every year for 30, 40 days for his holiday, but most of the time he's away. Okay, only 30 days in India, rest 11 months he's in Dubai and made most of the money. And last 30 years he served there and now he's retired. The once he's retired, there is no fun in staying in other country because you don't have any work and all, and therefore normally people prefer, let's go back to our native place. Let me meet my people in India, enjoy the last few years before I die. So he may come, and after the employment, when he's coming back, again, for him, we have kept 182 days. But then you see this red line here, the red this thing, person of Indian origin, POI. For citizen of India, both place 182, 182, whether you are going or coming back. But now, for person of Indian origin, who is person of Indian origin? The person who is himself or his parent or his grandparents were born in undivided India. Meaning, in 1947, when British left, they divided the country into three parts, or practically two things, but in physically three parts. They made India as formal India, and then East Pakistan and the West Pakistan earlier. Okay, the West Pakistan is the present Pakistan. The East Pakistan became Bangladesh in 1971. So in 71, Pakistan also broken up into two parts. Okay, Pakistan lost the control on East Pakistan, and East Pakistan became Bangladesh. So this is how a person might have been born in Pakistan, today's Pakistan, but it was earlier India only. If you remember, yesterday, Sri Dilip Kumarji left for his heavenly abode. Okay, and today's newspaper, his front page photograph and history. So if you see his history, he was born in Pakistan, today's Pakistan, but earlier it was India. He was born in 1922, 98 years, right? So that time it was India. Even Raj Kapoor was born in Pakistan, Devanand, Pakistan. Today's Pakistan, of course, it was India at that time, was. Even my ancestors, my father, my grandfather, my people, all we migrated from Karachi, Pakistan, and we are from that area, Sindh. Okay, Sindh, Pakistan. So all of us, Nasir Hussain, the commentary who is giving commentary, his parents were born in India, and then they on partition they left to UK. So there are many people who are from India. Javed Miandad, born in Lucknow or some Ahmedabad area, and then they migrated to Pakistan. So many people you will find who were born in undivided India, and they continue to have relations. Now I was born, let us say, in Javed Miandad says, my parents were born in Ahmedabad, and we have a house there. Raj Kapoor house is still there. Dilip Kumar house is still there in place in Pakistan. And recently, one movie also came that Sardar ka grandson something. That person goes to Pakistan and brings the entire house for his dadi. That is there. All said and done, this is just for a referential purpose. These people who are there, and if they wish to come, you are welcome. You can spend your last segment of your life at your uh, most beautiful place, your where you have spent your childhood. Come, no problem. So when you come, you bring your wealth here. When you bring your wealth, your income will not be taxed if you are still 182 or less in that year. So that is what is this talking about. 60 days limit will become 182 for those people. So in that case, it will be 182, 182 in both the places, here as well as here. Okay, so with this, we have seen this one. What is the residential status? Of course, we are due for calculations now. So we will do the calculations in our next visit, maybe tomorrow when we meet again. We will see now question answers. This was only level number one. That is, we finished up to here, that I became a resident. Okay, I am non-resident if I don't satisfy any one of this condition. But if I satisfy any one, then I am a resident. Once I am resident, I have another two layers to see the second level layer is that you become a ordinary resident if you satisfies further two condition, but this time I need you to satisfy both conditions together. Isolation one, no, you are still a resident, but if you satisfy only one, you become resident but not ordinary resident. Or you satisfy none of these two conditions, then you are already a resident. I cannot deny you, but then you are resident but not ordinary. So when we meet tomorrow, we will see those conditions uh, tomorrow regarding resident but not ordinary resident. The forum is open for you to have any discussion which is pending, or if any questions are there, please ask. I'll stay back You have 10 minutes gap after this. You can, if you have no query, you can very well go. But if you have any issues relating to our training session or anything, well, I am ready to stay back. I have session next little later. We can discuss any questions if you have. I hope you understood residential part. Now non-resident and the questions will start. So better get yourself clarified on this. If I have no question means I have explained you so well that you have no question, or I have explained you so badly that you are not understood and you have no question. So these are two extremes. Okay. Or third option now is you are just put on the thing and then you are doing something else and you are not attentive. I don't know what. No answer. No one. Understood, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. At least somebody is listening. All clear. Great. Kushbu, thank you. This is recording, huh? NC madam will see this now. Yeah. Anyway, have a nice time. Enjoy the day. Thank you for your response. Bye bye. Take care. All the best. Right? Thank you. Stop recording. Stop recording. Stop.